everyone, welcome back to the Campbell Center's Art Academy YouTube channel. My name is Rachelle Cabrera, and in today's lesson we are going to be continuing the classic cartoon series on how to draw them with some tips and tricks. Prior video, or part 1, we were doing Popeye the Sailor Man, and in this video we're going to learn how to draw Woody Woodpecker. Now, I will be teaching you how to draw Woody Woodpecker's head. For this part of the drawing, we're used to drawing our paper like this. So what I'm going to do with my paper is I'm going to tilt it long way. And the way we're doing it long way is to make sure that we have Popeye's full head and face to draw. I will be drawing in pen. You will be drawing in pencil. If you like to draw in pen, you will follow my lead. So the first thing we're going to do is, since we are using our long paper like this, we're going to go ahead and create an oval kind of like this. So around this size, I will be doing his head. So about a very big oval from the middle of the paper. From the bottom here, around this here, I'm going to draw another oval going to me. Just like that. This is only just to keep the size the way it is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create another circle. So this is the third one. We're going to create a circle kind of like this, another oval. So just like that. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to start doing his eyes. His eyes are pretty easy. Actually, before doing his eyes, we have to do a line in the middle. Starting from here to here, we're going to do a line in the middle. This way we can learn how to put Woody Woodpecker's eyes. You're also going to do another one for his mouth and beak. So you're going to go from here to here, you're going to curve like this. You kind of see how I did that? So it's like going from here to here. So again, you have 3 circles. One circle here, another circle here, and another circle here. So that way you are doing Woody Woodpecker's eyes. Now let's go ahead and do the details. We're going to start by doing his first eye. So on the edge of this line right here, we're going to do a big circle. So basically like around this size is his first eye. His second eye will be right next to it. And that's how we're doing his second eye. So we're doing 2 big eyes around the same size. Just like that. Then what we're going to be doing is we're going to create 2 smaller circles. You're going to start by doing a circle like this, and you're going to copy it. So this is almost to right here by the edge of this eye. So I will show it again. By the edge of this line right here, you're going to create another second circle. Kind of like that. So we have his inner eyes, which would be green. Then I'm going to do a smaller eye, which is his pupil. So you're going to go smaller this time, around this size. Again, we're going in the inside. It's like you're creating a black-eyed pea bean. So around this size will be his eye. Again, you could fill it in with your pencil or pen if you like, but you don't have to do this, or you could just leave it blank like this, or like this. I will fill it in because that way I can know it is his pupil. Okay, so we finished doing his eyes. We're going to do his eyebrow. And the way we're going to do his eyebrow is that we're going to flick in. Starting from this edge, we're going to start following the lines. And I'm going to go up a little bit more. And I'm going to flick it and following the curve of these eyes. So I'm flicking it and I'm going in kind of like this. So I'm making a curve just like that. And I'm just following. So I'm like following like I'm almost going to make a circle. But I'm just flicking it. You're going to do the same thing on his eye, but instead you're going to create like an N. You're going to go right in the middle. So I would go ahead and start from here. Drag your pen or pencil here and just start placing your pen onto your paper and just flick it down. Just like this. Like that. So we created 2 of his eyebrows. We're going to go back down and we're going to work on his cheeks, his beak, and his beak. So, first thing I would do is go ahead and go in the middle of his eye. Starting right here, I'm going to create like a C. So if I tilt it a bit, it looks like a letter N. So you're just kind of like doing a backward C or a letter N. From my view, it's like an N. From you, it will be the same thing. Then, what I'm going to do is also create another C. We're going to go on the edge of this eye. And what we're going to do is we're going to curve and curve and curve, making like an N. Kind of like that. You see those lines? And I'm flicking my pen to create his cheek. And I'm actually flicking it and going down here. Again, I will repeat the steps. I started from here. I went down a little bit. I started my line and I went like a C. So it's like you're creating the letter C. And then you created Woody Woodpecker's cheek. So I will stop right around here. So, what we're going to do next is we are going to create his upper mouth. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to place in the middle of this cheek a line like this. So it's like almost like a flat end, but a little bit of curve. So you just can do your pen just like that. Then, what you're going to do is we're going to create his beak. Now this beak, you can hold on to your paper because we're going to create a very big beak. So, you could start from here to here, and we're going to swift our pen or pencil like this. The movement of my hand. Or you could start right around here and do the same thing. I'm going to start right here. So around here, I'm going to swift it kind of like this to do his beak. Then, you could start by going and doing a beak right here to here, or you could start in the middle of this smile. I'm going to start in the middle. You're going to swift it. The way I'm doing it is like this. And I'm also connecting it here. If it goes out into the paper, that's okay. You're just creating his beak. So the way I'm doing this is also I am creating big strokes. And the reason why we're doing big strokes is because Woody Woodpecker's beak is so long. So as you can see, it actually looks like the moon. If you tilt your pen like this, it almost looks like a moon. But you're creating his bottom beak. And I'm going to do it again. So you could start from here the middle of the eye, and you can flick up by doing strokes. And from the bottom of his beak, you can start doing it from here to here, creating big strokes, or from here to here to create a big beak. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to do like a letter U, but it's going to be pointy like a teepee. So, the way we're going to do it is, we're going to start from this right here. So right next to that line that we were creating, we are going to go right here and what we're going to do is from here to here, so around this length, about your finger length will be his second closing of his mouth. And I'm going in and I'm creating his mouth. Just like that. And then in the middle you're going to do like a little heart. So you're going to do it like the letter M, like this. Again, so I'm going to the edge of that pointed upside down triangle we created. And I'm creating like a letter M, or it's like almost like a heart. Like this. It's like a heart. But we did his mouth. You're going to repeat the same steps, but instead you're going to start copying this line to here, just a few inches away, actually a few centimeters away. And I'm going to stop right here, so I'm copying this line here. And then I'm going to curve my line, and I'm going to go up and copy the same line from here, but instead I'm going to actually stop right around here, halfway from connecting to here. So we created his bottom lip. So we created Popeye the Sailor Man's chin. Now, next up what we're going to do is his feathers. I'm going to move my paper a little bit so I can use big strokes to do his head. The way we're going to do that is, we're going to start from the middle of this eyebrow right here, and I'm going to flick it. Again, I'm going to flick it and following the circle like we did here. I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to start flicking it out. So around a finger length will be the first spike, and then you're going to go back in by starting from this end, and you're going to go back in. Just like that. Then we're going to do the second spike, but this time it's going to go bigger. You're going to repeat the same step. You're going to flick it out, and I'm also kind of following the line as well. You're flicking out, and you're going back in, kind of like that. So you're doing two spikes. Now the middle one is going to be bigger, and I'm going to show you how. We're going to do a big spike, so you're going to follow the same steps as what we did, which I will show you again. Again, you're going to go out following that circle that we did, starting from the end here. You're going to go back in. So you're starting out, in, out, in. For the third spike, you're going to do it bigger. You're going to go out that big. So we're going to follow by the end of this paper. That is right here. By the end of this paper, I'm going to flick out, in, and then you're going to go back out, and then you're going to go back in. And this time, I'm going to go pretty big. So I'm going a bit down, like this. And I'm going to stop right around here. How I do that again, I follow the steps like before. I went out, starting from here, went back in, out, Sort it back in here. Out, like very big, and then back in. So we did a very big spike. The last one will be the same thing, but instead it's going to be a little bit bittier, like a happy medium. Repeat the same steps. Again, you're going to go out like that, and I'm actually stopping by where the end of the circle is, right here where I'm pointing. And then I'm going to go in, and this time I'm going to go down following to the end of this cheek. Kind of like this. So I went out, followed this line, and went back in. Out, in. And of course, you can continue by creating a little curve like this. So what this is a flick. You're going to just do a flick right here at the end of this line. Now, what we're going to do is his neck. His neck will just be 2 lines, but I'm going to show you where it is. So, to do his lines, will be starting by the end of this line, this heart. So where my pen is, I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to stop right here. Then I'm going to do 2 big lines going from here to the end of my paper. Here to here. So the end of my paper is right here. As you can see when I'm creating my shadow and where my fingernail is, that is the end of the paper. So I'm creating 2 lines, 1 line right there, and I'm going to create the 2 more lines by creating this one right here. So I'm pretty much creating a line right here. I did a mistake there, but it's okay. If his neck is like, that's fine. And then I'm going to create a line. You do not have to do the lines. It is an optional step. But if you want to do his head just like that, that is fine. Again, you will just be darkening the lines. So what we were doing, again, was the eyes. The inside lines of the eyes. The pupils. Again, the eye. The inside of the eye and the pupils. The eyebrows that were like a backward C. Again, the other eyebrow. The beak that went out like a moon. And then the long beak that goes this line. Then you create another flick right here by following the big backwards NC of his cheek. You're creating a backwards TP and a line like this. Again, you're going to copy it, the backwards T, and then you're going to put a little heart inside. You also have another backwards C here to create the other side of the cheek. Then, of course, you do his spikes by going out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And, of course, optional, you could do his neck if you want. And that is how you draw Woody Woodpecker by only drawing his head. That's it for part 2 of today's lesson. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. Also, make sure to press the notification bell to get updates for our next videos. And thank you again for watching, and we'll see you guys very soon. Bye.